Hello everybody, this is Carol from Friendly Quail and it's Tuesday. Try something new. This is what we're going to make today. It's a notepad belly band. Now I actually filmed this, making this, and I messed up so many times that I decided I had to do it again. It also got really long. So look at this sign. I made this when I was going to first start doing Try Something New Tuesday and set it at the edge of my desk, and it got behind something and I totally forgot about it. So look, beautiful sign. You're finally seeing it after 3 months. Okay. Anyway, I I messed up so bad today that I just thought I can't do this. I have to redo it. I'm just cleaning some glue off of here. And I really like how it turned out in the long run. This is an idea that I got from Seven Plaza. I think she's in the Netherlands. And I will link her video with that one I watched below so that you can see it. But you start with, I used cardstock. This is my template. The first thing I did was figure out about how wide I wanted it, that it would fit in my book. I cut mine 2.5 inches. You might cut yours smaller or bigger. It doesn't matter. It's whatever fits in your journal. And so I decided 2.5 wide, and my page is, I've got it written on this side, 7.5, and it's just slightly smaller than the page, just a touch on each side, and I'll show you how I kind of did that. So she did a 1/4 inch, like, spine almost, on the bottom and top. I did not, because I thought that's just going to get mushed down in my book. So I just folded it over, and it becomes, you glue it here and here, and then you can slide something underneath it like that, so you can have something under it, as well as having the actual writing space inside. Or you can just write notes on it and rip it out, whatever you want to do. So I am starting over, and I'm going to put my template aside. Well, no, I need it yet. These are the two I cut. I had 8.5 by 11 and cardstock, letter size, and I decided that it was a little bit too long. So I'm going to cut off, and I'll do it from this side. I'm going to cut off 1 inch, just 1 inch on this one. The other one will end up having a little bit more cut off, but this one I need to cut a little shorter. And I'm going to score it for the height, or for this is going to be folded up like this. So I put it on here, just left myself, about 1/8 of an inch, and then I marked where the bottom is, or just above the bottom, okay? And I am going to score that, because that is where it's going to fold up. And this is what you can do, and I did the first one I did this, and I thought, well, that's too long, so I cut a piece off. So I just cut it off ahead of time. And then this piece we're going to be gluing onto the back, and we don't need a huge amount, but we need a little bit of a, I did 1.5. This is going to end up going over here and getting glued on. And then this one needs to be cut off. If I do it like this, I want it to overlap somewhat, but not totally, because I need to cut a slit. So I'm going to say, oh, maybe about here. I'm going to cut it off. Then I have to remember when I'm collaging, because I'm going to put stamps on here, that this is the bottom and facing up. So I need my things to be facing that way, and that this is the top, and I need this to be facing up. So let me cut that little piece off. And then, whoop, I'm done with this. I can move it. Ooh, sorry for the racket. This is where I'm going to cut it off, where I marked it, okay? Now I also cut a tab out of the same stuff, and I'll show you that later, how you do that. So now I'm ready to collage. So I can't give you exact measurements. You have to figure it out for what is your journal size, and that's why I showed you measuring it on here. Okay, so I'm going to be collaging stamps, and I'm going to try to do this really quickly, but I might put you on pause for a while I finish it up. So I don't want to think too hard, too much about it, because it'll take me too long. So I'm going to just start with something in the middle, and then I'm going to start grabbing other stamps and gluing them on. I want it to go off the edge so that I can cut that off later. Now you can start wherever you want. I started in the middle. You can start at the top if you want. And, ooh, I hear thunder. These stamps are canceled stamps. They are, my son found them for me on Amazon and gave them to me for Christmas. You can buy canceled stamps on Amazon. Who knew? But it's good to know if you don't have them. And a lot of these, I can tell they were taken out of like albums. Some of them still have the things on the back. Let's see. All right. Like I said, I'm trying to not think too much, which isn't really hard for me to do. So anyway, while I'm doing this, I'll say thank you for being with me today. I'm still getting new subscribers, and I really appreciate you. Thanks for being with me, and I hope you will enjoy some of the things that I do. Okay. Once in a while I have to put one almost straight up. I got rid, when I went through my stamps and I pulled out anything, I pulled out things that had people on or places that weren't modern, that were not flags and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm trying to vary the colors. Let's see. Here's a grayish one. That's the only thing I'm trying to do, is vary the colors. And I'm going to to bend that down so that if I go off, it'll go off the edge. They're from other countries as well as the United States. I got in that group. I have a lot from like Poland, Canada, US. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep going. Like I said, thanks for being with me. I really appreciate your being here. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. That one's canceled. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is where I am originally from. I live in Florida now. That's because my son's here. And he's lived here for a long time. Okay. Just keep moving on here. I might put you on pause. Like I said, you can see what I'm doing, and it's let's see. This one's Philadelphia. So I can keep going and you don't have to be bored while I finish doing this. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'll come back when I've got these finished. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm just checking in real quick. Got this much done. I don't know how long I can pause my camera without it going off on me. So I'm coming back on just to give myself some more time. I'll be back in a little while. Quick update. I'm finished with this one. Now I have to do this part. I'll be back in a little while. I'm back. Okay, so now I got both of these parts collaged, and I always want to come back and say hello everybody in that voice, because when my kids were little, I used to read stories to them and do all the voices, and that was my Muppet Grover voice. Hello everybody, he always did. And my kids loved when I did all the voices. I'm clipping this now off so that it's even with the piece. Now on her video on Seven Plaza, she said, oh, you could decoupage this and it would hold everything down, and you could. I'm not going to. But I am cutting what goes over the edge. So now I've got my, didn't quite get close enough here. Okay. Did you do that? Did you read in silly voices for your kids when they were little, if you have kids? Okay, that looks good. All right. Proud of myself. I'm doing much better this time. It was a disaster when I filmed it the first time. I'm doing much better this time. Okay. And by taking some of the time out while I collaged, it's going to be a much faster video. Now a couple of these are a little bit white. I'm just going to put a little stain on them. A little walnut stain. And then I'm going to walnut stain the edges. Just don't want those really white parts showing up. Okay, then I'm going to do the edges. I love that you can see all the cancellations on them. If your stamps don't have enough, you can always stamp it on yourself. But I am not a very good stamper. Part of it is your ink, and part of it is the stamps that you have. Like when I use the Tim Holtz stamps or the Kathy Holden stamps, I could stamp those really well. When I use the cheap ones that I bought, the plastic ones, not so well. This will go on like this. Now, on the bottom of here, I'm going to put this tab, and I'm going to put it here so I can stamp over it. Okay. I'm going to kind of try to get up to the, so the top of it is all the way on. And then I double stamped it for the back. That is my VersaFine Claire Nocturne. And now I'm going to, I gotta make sure it's dry. It's pretty juicy. Trying to hurry this along. Okay. Meanwhile, I need to get out some paper. If you have scraps, you can use that and it would work fine. Now this time I can cut it in this direction. Oops, I probably shouldn't put that under there. Get this out of the way. I'm going to cut these a 1/4 inch less than what my other ones were. So my other ones were 7.5 by 2.5. So I'm going to cut this, I'll do it this direction. No, this direction. I'm going to do it 2.5. 2 1/4. I'm going to take a 1/4 off. These are not lined up very well. Now, I'm doing this just for speed at this point. 2 1/4. Because I don't want to take the time. I think I did that too wide. Yeah, I think I did that 2 3/4. I'm going to have to take 1/2 inch off. But I won't even do that. I'll just cut new ones. That looks better. I'll bet you were screaming at me. That's too wide. Did you do that? I do that. I'm like, why can't they hear me? I'm telling them. They're making a mistake. Of course, I make them a lot. All right, and that should be enough. And then I need to cut this 7 1/4. I have to open this up. Get it lined up. I'm going to try to cut them all at once. Think that's a good idea? Probably not. But I'm going to do it anyway. With this cutter, I can cut through thicker things. I'm just not sure if this is going to work. I think I'm going to do it down here so I pull through in this direction. Is that on camera? Yeah. 7 1/4. Whoop. Maybe I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Nope, I can't. Take half of them. Thought maybe I could cut through, but maybe that was just a little too much. 7 1/4. There, that was better. Now, these don't even have to be all the same size. You could have some longer than others. You could use up your scraps. I'm sure I've got plenty, and I just am not taking the time to go and do it right now because I'm trying to... I had it all, you know, ready before, but then I used them in the first time and I forgot. I'm even going to keep these little things because I might be able to make a mini pad for in a pocket or something. Okay. Now, this is going to be my notebook. And that is going to go on this piece right here. I'm going to put this kind of even with the top, because the other part will come up over it a little bit. And trying to get it, so it's about an 1/8 inch on each side. You can clamp it if you don't want to hold it. I'm going to staple it. I'm going to staple on both edges, kind of, here. And you could even do it a third if you want. Okay, so there is my notebook in there. This will be coming up like this. This will come over it like this. But I don't want to glue it on just yet. And why I stapled it first, these staples here will be covered up and nothing will get stuck when you're trying to put it through, you know, your belly band like that. Okay, so now I need my tab. And I'm going to put that in half. So now I know it's dry. And that is going to go on right here. Let it go too long. There we go. So this will be the tab that goes through the slot, which I have to measure for. I could have done that before I put the paper in, but I didn't. Okay, I'm eyeball this. Whoops. I want it this way around. Ah. Try it again. Still coming out a little skimpy because I want to get this centered approximately. There we go. Now when this is on here, this is going to come over and this is going to go into a slit. So I have to figure out where that slit is going to go. Sorry, I'm putting my thing back in. Okay. I'm going to mark kind of right where this is. Okay. I'm kind of going at the top of that, and I'm going to use my blade here. I hope this works because, yeah, close to the edge of that one. Okay, and then I'm going to go down about 1/8 of an inch or so and do the same thing. I'm making a little slit. Maybe I went down a little bit too far. Doesn't have to be too wide. I was looking for my new blades and I couldn't find them. And I know I've got them. I hate when I do that. Okay, so I probably need to be a little bit farther over for this one. But I'm cutting a little slit. Now I'm going to go got a little slit in there. And now, when I put this on here, this will hopefully, yeah, that'll flip into there. It'll slip right into there and hold the notebook shut. So the only thing I have left to do is glue this top down. Oh, gotta do it again. My glue's almost empty and I need to clean this out. And I refill my glue, which is why I have such a lovely bottle. Well loved, well loved. Come on, you can do it. It's not that empty. Come on. It's just not wanting to come out. Okay. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm going to put that down onto here. And voila, we have our notepad. Now you might want to put some labels on it. I did add some labels on this one. I like that. You know, you could put something on like this, or like this, something like this. You could do a couple of smaller ones. Something like that. You could put something like this on it. I think I might stick with my green and red and do this. For this one, these were some that I made. So let's get this opened up so I can do this, and then we'll be done. So everybody, thanks for being with me today. This is much better. It's only a half an hour instead of 45 minutes. And, oh, now it's coming out. Now it's coming out way more than I want it to. These are only paper. Next time I think I'd do these on cardstock. Like when you buy them, I always print them. When I buy digitals, I print it on cardstock. Okay. There. Ta-da! All done. So these are belly bands that you can also write in. You can, you know, you could use it as just a regular notebook, or you can use it to journal in. I'd probably use it to journal in myself. Lots of writing space in there. Okay. Yay, we did it. Thanks for being with me today. Come back. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.